September 23, 2021, 2:47 p.m., Washington, D.C. The moment everything shattered. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, hands wouldn't stop shaking. Her phone, now on its fourth consecutive minute of nonstop vibrations, was burning hot against her palm. The screen was a blur of notifications. Hundreds, maybe thousands, all screaming the same thing. Vote no or you're finished. She couldn't breathe. The House chamber felt like it was shrinking, the ornate ceiling pressing down, the mahogany walls closing in. 200 colleagues surrounded her, but she'd never felt more alone. Across the chamber floor, Tlaib stood at the microphone like a warrior. Fearless, unwavering. Her voice boomed through the speakers. I will not support funding that enables war crimes. The chamber erupted, half in fury, half in applause. But Tlaib didn't flinch. She stared directly at the Republican side, then slowly, deliberately, turned to look at the Democrats. Her eyes found AOC. And in that glance, AOC saw everything. The unspoken question, are you with us? 2 days earlier, they'd been unstoppable. The squad, AOC, Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Cori Bush, Ayanna Pressley, had pulled off the impossible. They'd cornered Nancy Pelosi in her own chamber and forced her to strip $1 billion for Israel's Iron Dome from the government funding bill. Pelosi, the woman who'd crushed rebellions for decades, had blinked first. The squad had won. Progressive Twitter exploded in celebration. They did it. The squad is unstoppable. AOC's mentions were flooded with heart emojis, fire emojis, fist bump emojis. For 48 hours, she was a hero. But Washington doesn't forgive humiliation. And now, Pelosi had brought the Iron Dome back. As a standalone bill. Unavoidable. Inescapable. A middle finger to the squad disguised as emergency funding. The vote was happening. Right now. And AOC was trapped. Her chief of staff had texted her 30 minutes ago. Emergency. Redistricting maps finalized. Riverdale IS in your new district. 40% Jewish population. Pro-Israel. If you vote no, you're giving them a primary challenger on a silver platter. AOC had stared at that text for 10 minutes. Riverdale, the neighborhood that could end her career. She thought about 2018. The miracle. The 28-year-old bartender who'd beaten a 10-term incumbent with $300,000 and a dream. The media had called it impossible. She'd done it anyway. But 2022 would be different. Redistricting was redrawing her district. Adding voters who didn't know her, didn't trust her. Voters who would see voted against Israel and nothing else. Another text. Buzzed. Senator Schumer's people are watching this vote. You want his seat in 2024? Vote smart. Her stomach dropped. Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader, the most powerful Jewish politician in America. If she voted no on Iron Dome, that door slammed shut forever. But if she voted yes, she looked across the chamber at Ilhan Omar. Omar was on her phone, tweeting in real time. We should not be ramming through $1 billion for Israel without accountability. Not when Palestinians are dying. Not when we're ignoring human rights. 12,000 retweets in 4 minutes. Then Cori Bush stood up. I will vote no. Palestinians deserve safety too. Then Ayanna Pressley. No. The squad was holding the line. Together. Unified. And they expected AOC to do the same. Her phone buzzed again. A text from a Palestinian constituent. My cousins in Gaza are dead. Killed by American bombs. If you vote for this, their blood is on your hands. Don't you dare betray us. AOC's vision blurred. Tears welled up. She blinked them back. Another text. This time from a rabbi in Queens. Congresswoman, the Jewish community is watching. Israel is under attack. Hamas fires rockets at civilians. Iron Dome saves lives. A no vote is a vote for Jewish death. We will remember. She was being ripped in half. Vote no equals betray Israel, lose Riverdale, kill Senate dreams. Vote yes equals betray Palestine, betray the squad, betray herself. There was no winning. Only different types of losing. The voting buzzed to life. The electronic board lit up. Names appeared one by one. Tlaib, no. A roar from the Republican side. Terrorist sympathizer, someone shouted. Tlaib didn't even look. She sat down, stone-faced, arms crossed. Ilhan Omar, no. Anti-Semite. More shouting. Omar scrolled through her phone, unbothered. Cori Bush, no. Ayanna Pressley, no. The squad was 4 for 4. Perfect unity. Now it was AOC's turn. She stared at the voting console. 2 buttons. Yes or a no. Her finger hovered over a no. This was it. The moment that defined her. Vote with the squad. Stand for Palestine. Accept the consequences. She pressed a no. The board updated. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. No. For exactly 8 seconds, she felt relief. And then her phone detonated. 15 texts in 10 seconds. You just ended your career. AIPAC will primary you. You're done. Schumer's office is furious. Senate equals dead. Redistricting plus this vote equals you lose 2022. Her heart hammered. The chamber spun. She looked up at the vote tally. Yes, 398. No, 6. 6. Out of 435. She was in the extreme minority. Again, a Democratic colleague, someone she'd worked with on bills, walked past and whispered without looking at her. Political suicide. Another leaned in. Hope it was worth it. Across the aisle, a Republican pointed at her and laughed. Actually laughed. And then, Ted Deutsch, a Florida Democrat, took the microphone. To falsely characterize the state of Israel, he boomed, is to advocate for the dismantling of the one Jewish state in the world. And when there is no place on the map for one Jewish state, that is anti-Semitism. He wasn't looking at AOC, but she felt every word like a slap. Her phone. He's talking about you. Her hands were shaking so badly, she nearly dropped the phone. Pramila Jayapal, a progressive ally, slid into the seat next to her. You okay? Jayapal whispered. AOC shook her head. I don't know if I can do this. Do what? Survive this vote. Jayapal looked at her carefully. You already voted. I know, but AOC's voice cracked. The texts. The threats. My staff is getting calls. Death threats. They're saying we're next. That we're targets. Who's saying that? Everyone. Jayapal's expression softened. You can change your vote. AOC's head snapped up. What? You have 5 minutes. Change it to present. It's neutral. You're not saying yes or no. You're just stepping back. That's cowardice. That's survival. AOC looked across the chamber at Tlaib. Tlaib was talking to another squad member, animated, confident. She'd voted a no without hesitation, without fear, because Tlaib had nothing to lose. Her district in Dearborn, Michigan was heavily Arab American. They loved her for this vote. But AOC, she had everything to lose. Her phone buzzed. Change your vote now. This is not a request. It was from a senior Democrat, someone with power. Then another. Vote present. Save your career. You can fight another day. Another. Don't let them destroy you over one vote. She stood up. Her legs felt like water. Jayapal watched her. What are you doing? I don't know. AOC walked to the voting console. The clerk looked up. Congresswoman. Her throat was so tight she could barely speak. I want to change my vote. The clerk nodded. From NO to? The chamber went silent. Not actually. There were still 400 people talking, but in AOC's head, the world stopped. She saw Tlaib across the room. Still confident. Still strong. She saw the text messages. The threats. The warnings. She saw her future splitting into 2 paths. Vote NO equals hero to progressives, destroyed by moderates. Vote present equals hated by everyone, but maybe survives. From NO to present, she whispered. The clerk entered it. The board updated. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, present. And the world exploded. Twitter erupted in real time. AOC just changed her vote. She went from no to present. What is happening? Coward. The squad is broken. AOC collapsed back into her seat. And that's when the tears came. Not gentle tears. Not quiet crying. Full, body-shaking sobs. She buried her face in her hands, shoulders heaving, gasping for air. Jayapal rushed over, wrapping her arms around AOC. It's okay. It's okay. But it wasn't okay. Because across the chamber, Tlaib saw it. And Tlaib's face, usually so expressive, so passionate, went completely blank. No anger. No sympathy. Just nothing. Omar glanced over, saw AOC crying, and immediately looked away. Back to her phone. Cori Bush whispered something to Presley. Both shook their heads. The squad had just watched their leader break, and they would never forget it. The vote ended. Final tally. For 120 yes, 9 no, 2 present. The bill passed overwhelmingly. AOC's vote, whether NO or present, hadn't mattered at all. But politically, it was a nuclear bomb. Within 60 seconds, the footage was online. A video. AOC, face in hands, crying on the House floor. Jaypal hugging her. Other members staring. The caption, AOC breaks down after changing Iron Dome vote. 10,000 views in 1 minute. 100,000 in 5 minutes. 1 million in an hour. By that evening, it was the most watched political video in America. And the comments were brutal. Fake tears. Crocodile crying. She's crying because she got caught being a fraud. 2 weeks ago, she wore tax the rich to hang with billionaires. Now she's crying over Israel. Pick a struggle. Conservative media had a field day. Fox News ran it on loop. AOC cries after voting. Present. Tucker Carlson. She didn't even vote in O. She voted present, which means nothing. And she's crying about it. Meghan McCain tweeted, theater. Bad theater. Ben Shapiro. This is what happens when activism meets reality. You cry. But the left was even worse. Mark Lamont Hill. Voting present is political cowardice. Vote yes or no. This is pathetic. A Palestinian-American poet named Mozab Abu Toha. You're complicit. Protecting the oppressor. Do you hear us, AOC? A constituent named Heb Jamal posted a photo of her family. Hey at AOC, my whole family voted for you. You just voted present while Israel gets $1 billion. Where's MY family's Iron Dome? You're a disgrace. The Democratic Socialists of America, AOC's own political party, released a statement. We are disappointed. Not angry, not supportive, just disappointed, which was somehow worse. AOC sat in her office that night, staring at her phone. She'd turn off Twitter, but the texts kept coming. From staffers, we're getting death threats. From allies, what were you thinking? From enemies, told you she'd crack. And one, from an unknown number. We know where you live. She called her chief of staff. I need security. Already arranged. Is it always going to be like this? Silence on the other end. Is it? AOC pressed. Yes, her chief of staff finally said. Welcome to the big leagues. AOC hung up and cried again. Alone this time. No cameras. No Jaypal. No one. Just her, in a dark office, realizing she'd made a choice that would define the rest of her career. The next morning, she woke up to 47 missed calls. She ignored them all. Instead, she sat down and wrote a letter. 3 pages. Single-spaced. Explaining. Justifying. Apologizing. Yes, I wept, it began. I wept at the complete lack of care for human beings affected by these decisions. I wept at an institution choosing maximum volatility for political convenience. I wept at the lack of regard our party has for its most vulnerable members. She posted it on Twitter. The response was immediate. Still didn't explain why you changed your vote. Word salad. Just admit you were scared. You folded. Own it. Even her supporters were confused. I want to believe you, but you didn't vote in O. You voted present. That's not brave. The New York Times ran a piece, later edited after backlash, with a line that made everything worse. Ocasio-Cortez changed her vote after pressure from influential lobbyists and rabbis. The implication, Jewish pressure, made her cave. The backlash to that was immediate. Accusations of anti-Semitic tropes. The Times edited the piece within hours. But the damage was done. Now both sides hated her. Pro-Israel groups, she still voted against us initially. Pro-Palestine groups, she switched to save her career. There was no middle ground. No safe space. She was politically homeless. September 24th. The day after, AOC walked into a squad meeting. The first since the vote. Tlaib was already there. So was Omar. Bush. Presley. The room was cold. Hey, AOC said weakly. Hey, Tlaib replied. Flat. Emotionless. No one else responded. They discussed upcoming legislation. Immigration reform. Climate bills. Normal stuff. But the energy was dead. 40 minutes in, Tlaib finally said it. We should talk about yesterday. The room went silent. AOC swallowed. I know you're upset. Upset. Tlaib's voice was sharp. I'm not upset, Alexandria. I'm disappointed. I was under pressure. We're all under pressure. Tlaib's voice rose. You think I don't get death threats? You think Omar doesn't get called a terrorist every single day? You think Corey doesn't face racism constantly? I know, but what? Tlaib stood up. You think your pressure is special? You think your career is worth more than the cause? That's not fair. Isn't it? Tlaib slammed her hand on the table. You voted a no. Then you ran scared and voted present. And then you cried about it on national TV. I didn't mean to. You made us look weak. Tlaib's eyes blazed. The squad is supposed to be unbreakable. And you broke. On camera. And now every progressive in the country thinks we're all talk. Omar finally spoke. Quietly. She's right, AOC. You hurt the movement. AOC's eyes filled with tears again. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't change the vote, Tlaib said. Sorry doesn't rebuild trust. Presley, always the mediator, tried. Maybe we should. No. Tlaib interrupted. We need to say this. Because if we don't, it'll fester. AOC, I love you. But yesterday, you chose yourself over us. Over Palestine. Over everything we stand for. I didn't mean to, AOC whispered. But you did. The meeting ended shortly after. No group hug. No solidarity. No unity. The squad left the room one by one. AOC was the last to leave. And as she walked out, she realized the squad was over. Oh, they'd still do press conferences together. Still vote together on most things. Still call themselves the squad. But the magic? The brotherhood? The unshakable bond? Dead. Killed on September 23, 2021, at 2:53 p.m., when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez pressed a button and changed her vote. October 2021. A town hall in Queens. 400 people packed into a high school gym. AOC stood on stage, microphone in hand, trying to explain. The process was rushed, she said. Leadership didn't give us time. Liar, someone shouted from the crowd. AOC stopped. Excuse me. A young woman stood up, Palestinian flag pin on her jacket. You're lying. The vote wasn't rushed. You were scared. That's not. My family is dead. The woman's voice broke. Bombed with American weapons. And you voted present? You couldn't even say a no. The crowd murmured. Some supportive of AOC. Most not. I understand your pain, AOC started. No, you don't. The woman was crying now. You sit in Congress making $174,000 a year while my cousins are in mass graves. And you want me to accept present? Security moved toward the woman, but AOC waved them off. You're right, AOC said quietly. I don't understand your pain. And I'm sorry. I made a decision in a moment of pressure, and I regret it. Do you? The woman's voice dripped with contempt. Because it seems like you regret getting caught. Not the vote itself. And she walked out. Half the room followed her. AOC stood on that stage, watching her constituents leave, and felt something break inside her. Not her career. That would survive. But her purpose. Her North Star. The reason she'd run in the first place. She'd wanted to be different. Fearless. Uncompromising. And in one vote, she'd proven she was just like everyone else. Human. Flawed. Breakable. November 2021. AOC's approval rating in her district, 62%, down from 71% before the vote. Not catastrophic, but declining. Polls showed. Voters questioned whether she's strong enough for leadership. Translation, they saw her cry, and they didn't like it. December 2021. The New York Times retrospective, The Squad's Fracture, How One Vote Changed Everything. The article was brutal. Ocasio-Cortez, once seen as the squad's fearless leader, is now viewed as its weakest link. Colleagues privately say she's too concerned with her political future and not committed to the cause. AOC read it on her phone and didn't cry. She was out of tears. January 2022. AOC announced she would not challenge Chuck Schumer for Senate. After careful consideration, I've decided to continue serving New York, 14 in the House. There is so much work still to do. Politico's headline, AOC backs down again. The message was clear. The Iron Dome vote had broken her. She no longer had the courage for the big fights. And maybe they were right. February 2022. A new squad member joined. Summer Lee from Pennsylvania. Young, bold, unafraid. At her first meeting, she said, I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to fight. Everyone nodded. Except AOC. Because she knew that used to be her line. But not anymore. March 2022. 1 year since the vote. Progressive Twitter did retrospectives. The day the squad died. The day AOC chose power over principle. The day we learned our heroes are human. AOC didn't respond. What could she say? April 2022. Another Israel vote. This time, condemning the apartheid label. The squad voted a no, including AOC. But no one praised her. Because by now, everyone knew She'd vote bold when it was safe, and cave when it mattered. She'd become predictable, calculated. A politician. May 2022. Primary day. AOC won. Easily. 74% of the vote. But turnout was down. Progressive enthusiasm was down. And in her victory speech, when she said, "We're just getting started," it felt hollow. Because everyone knew the truth. She'd already peaked. September 23, 2021 was her ceiling. And everything after was just managing the decline. June 2022. A documentary crew asked, "Do you regret the Iron Dome vote?" AOC paused, long enough that the silence was uncomfortable. "I regret," she finally said, "not trusting myself." "What do you mean?" "I knew what I wanted to do. Vote a no. Stand with my squad. But I let fear win. And I'll carry that forever." "Would you do it differently now?" She smiled sadly. "Ask me in 10 years. July 2022. Tlaib gave an interview. "Is the squad still united?" Tlaib's answer, "We're aligned on policy. But unity? That takes trust. And trust is earned." "Do you trust AOC?" Long pause. "I trust that she's trying." Translation, no. August 2022. The squad released a joint statement on Gaza. AOC's name was on it. But when the press asked for comment, they called Tlaib first, Omar second, Lee third. AOC wasn't even in the top 5. She'd become a footnote in her own movement. September 2022. 1-year anniversary. Twitter remembered. Never forget the day AOC cried instead of fought. The video, her crying on the House floor, had been viewed 15 million times. It was her most watched moment ever. Not a speech, not a brilliant takedown, not a victory. Her weakness. That's what went viral. And AOC knew. No matter what she did for the rest of her career, no matter how many bills she passed, how many fights she won, how many victories she claimed, she would always be remembered for September 23, 2021. The day she cried. The day the squad broke. The day Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez learned the cruelest lesson in politics. When the pressure comes, everyone shows who they really are. And she had shown the world. She was breakable. And the internet never, ever lets you forget. October 2022. Midterm elections. AOC won re-election. 68% of the vote. Respectable. Safe. Boring. But her squad mates did better. Tlaib, 71%. Omar, 74%. Lee, 69%, first term. The message was clear. Voters rewarded boldness. Not caution. AOC had played it safe after Iron Dome. And her numbers showed it. On election night, when reporters asked, "What's next?" she gave the standard answer. Fighting for working families. Climate justice. Health care for all. But her eyes were empty. Because she knew the truth. She was no longer leading the movement. She was just along for the ride. November 2022. A private moment. Late one night, AOC's phone rang. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer. But something made her pick up. "Hello. It's Rashida." AOC sat up. They hadn't spoken privately in over a year. "Rashida. Hi. I'm not calling to fight." Tlaib interrupted. "I'm calling because I want you to understand something." "Okay." That day, September 23rd, when you changed your vote and cried, Tlaib's voice was measured. "I wasn't angry because you voted present. You weren't. No. I was angry because you gave them ammunition." AOC's throat tightened. "I don't understand. They want us to look weak," Tlaib said. "Every single day, they're waiting for us to crack. To prove we're just emotional women who can't handle pressure. And when you cried on that floor," she paused, "you gave them exactly what they wanted. I couldn't help it." "I know," Tlaib said. "But that's the point. We don't get to not help it. We're held to a different standard. You know that. So what was I supposed to do?" "Not change your vote," Tlaib said simply. "Vote a no. Face the consequences. Let them come after you. And survive it. Because that's what sends the message. We can't be broken." "But I was broken," AOC whispered. "I know," Tlaib said softly. "And that's why I'm calling. Because I want you to know you can rebuild. But first, you have to admit what happened." "What happened?" "You chose your career over the cause. And there's no shame in admitting that. The shame is in pretending you didn't." Silence. "Rashida?" "Yeah." "Do you think I can ever earn back the trust?" Long pause. "I don't know," Tlaib said honestly. "But I hope you try." The call ended. AOC sat in the dark, holding her phone, feeling the weight of those words. I hope you try. December 2022. The Reckoning. A year-end interview. The question everyone wanted answered. Congresswoman, it's been over a year since the Iron Dome vote. Looking back, what would you do differently? AOC took a breath. For a year, she'd given careful answers, explained the pressure, talked about the rushed process, blamed leadership. But sitting there, in front of the camera, she decided. Enough. I would vote no, she said clearly. And I wouldn't change it. Even with the death threats. Even with the death threats. Even knowing it could hurt your political future. Especially then. The interviewer leaned in. So you regret your decision? I regret, AOC said, that I let fear make my decision for me. I came to Congress to be brave. And in that moment, I wasn't. And I'm sorry. Who are you apologizing to? To the people who believed in me. To the Palestinians who needed a voice. To the squad, who needed me to stand firm. She paused. And to myself. The clip went viral. But this time, the response was different. Not mockery. Not rage. Just acknowledgement. Finally, an honest answer. This is the AOC we needed a year ago. Too late, but at least she's owning it. It didn't fix everything, but it was a start. January 2023. A new year. A new approach. AOC walked into the new congressional session with a different energy. Less polished. More raw. When a reporter asked about her goals, she didn't give talking points. I want to rebuild trust, she said. With my constituents. With my squad. With myself. How? By being the person I was before I got scared. February 2023. The test. A new Israel vote came up. Additional funding for military aid. The squad prepared to vote no. AOC's phone started buzzing. The same pressure. The same threats. Vote yes or we'll primary you. Don't make the same mistake twice. Think about your future. She stared at the messages. And then, she did something she hadn't done in a year. She turned her phone off, walked to the House floor, and when her name was called, she didn't hesitate. No, the vote failed anyway, 420 to 11. Her vote didn't matter numerically, but politically, after the vote, Tlaib walked over, didn't say anything, just nodded, and AOC nodded back. A small moment, but meaningful. March 2023, the long road back. AOC's approval rating ticked up. Slowly, 63%, 65%, 67%. Progressive donors started calling again. We see you're finding your footing. At a town hall, the same Palestinian woman who'd confronted her stood up. Congresswoman, I'm the one who called you a liar last year. The room tensed. I just want to say, thank you for voting no this time. I see you're trying. It wasn't forgiveness, but it was a start. April 2023. The Squad, redefined. The Squad released a new joint statement on Gaza. This time, AOC helped write it. And when the press asked for comment, they actually quoted her. Representative Ocasio-Cortez stated, she was back in the narrative. Not leading it. Not yet. But present. May 2023. Lessons learned. A college student asked, do you consider yourself a democratic socialist still? Absolutely. Even after everything? Especially after everything, AOC said. Because being a socialist isn't about being perfect. It's about learning from your failures and showing up anyway. And Iron Dome was a failure? Iron Dome was a lesson, AOC corrected. A painful one, but necessary. June 2023. The documentary. A filmmaker released a documentary, The Squad, Year 1 to Now. The Iron Dome vote was a major section. It showed the crying footage, the backlash, the fractured relationships, but it also showed the aftermath, the rebuilding, the growth. The last scene, the squad, all together, planning their next move. Tlaib speaking, Omar adding ideas, Bush nodding, Lee pushing bolder, and AOC, listening carefully, then finally speaking. Here's what I learned. Movements need fearless leaders, but they also need honest ones. I wasn't honest in 2021. I am now. And if that's not enough, I understand. Tlaib looked at her. It's enough. For now. The documentary ended with text. The squad is not defined by one vote, or one moment, or even one person. It's defined by its persistence, its courage to rebuild, its refusal to quit. And underneath, September 23rd, 2021 fractured them, but it didn't destroy them. September 2023. 2 years later, the anniversary came again. This time, no trending hashtags, no viral retrospectives, The internet had moved on. AOC posted a simple tweet. 2 years ago, I made a decision I regret. I let fear win. I won't make that mistake again. To everyone I disappointed, I'm still here. Still fighting. Still learning. 5,000 likes. 300 retweets. Modest. Quiet. But in the replies, something different. We all make mistakes. Keep going. You're stronger now. We see the growth. Not forgiveness. Not complete. But something close. October 2023. The unexpected. Hamas attacked Israel. October 7th. The world exploded. Gaza was bombed. Thousands died. The squad demanded a ceasefire. Immediately. And this time, when the cameras turned to AOC, she didn't hesitate. This is genocide. Full stop. The U.S. must end all military aid to Israel until this stops. No hedging. No present. No tears. Just clarity. The backlash came. Hard. Fast. Brutal. But AOC didn't back down. And her squad mates noticed. November 2023. Full circle. A vote came up. Military aid to Israel. Again. The pressure was enormous. Bigger than 2021. AOC's phone buzzed. Same threats. Same warnings. She turned it off. Walked to the floor. Voted a no. After the vote, a reporter asked, "Aren't you worried about your career?" AOC smiled. "I worried about my career in 2021. And I lost myself. I'm not making that mistake again. Even if it costs you. Especially then." December 2023. The healing. The squad had their annual holiday gathering. Tlaib, Omar, Bush, Presley, Lee, and AOC. They didn't talk about Iron Dome. Didn't need to. Instead, they talked about the future. 2024 is going to be brutal, Tlaib said. Then we better be ready, AOC replied. And for the first time in 2 years, Tlaib smiled at her. Not forced. Not polite. Real. January 2024. The reflection. A young activist asked AOC, "How do you recover from a mistake that defines you?" AOC thought carefully. "You don't erase it," she said. "You learn from it. You acknowledge it. And you prove, through your actions, that it was an exception, not the rule. And if people don't forgive you, then you keep earning it. Every single day, until maybe, one day they do. And if they never do," AOC smiled sadly, "then you forgive yourself. And keep fighting anyway." The final truth. September 23, 2021 didn't end Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's career. But it changed it. Forever. She learned that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting despite it. She learned that mistakes don't define you, but how you respond to them does. And she learned that the squad, the movement, wasn't about perfection. It was about resilience. 2 years later, when someone asked, "What's your biggest lesson in Congress?" she didn't hesitate. That crying on the House floor doesn't make you weak. Staying down does. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? She got back up. Slowly. Painfully. Imperfectly. But she got up. And that, more than any vote, defined her legacy.